I forgot to hit live. Oh, fuck. I'm dead. GTEs around here are nuts. I think I got way too much force feedback too. Sebring really makes you feel it. God, this turns so hard. Oh my God. This car sucks, and the setup I have for it. Whatever I've got going on there, that's default. Jesus Christ. Alright. So I forgot to go live. I jumped on and joined the lobby. And I think I've gotten on too late to do ranked. So I'll probably just do lobbies. Definitely gotten on too late to do ranked. Yeah, GTAs, I haven't touched them for a little while. I can't wait for them to get the overhaul too. Amount of feedback at Sebring. What's going on, mate? Yeah. Well, I haven't tried GTE, but it feels like that there. If that was default 1.0, it felt horrible. Way too much feedback. But as far as I know, they haven't touched these cars for ages. They did some changes to them, like right at the start. But I think I've spent more time in the C7 than the C8. Just haven't driven these for a little while. They are much harder. Like, they've always been a good cross between like GT3 and LMD. Even just the start of the things, fucking insane. The Dirty Driver video is doing alright. Bit of a reaction to it.
level today. Definitely a wake-up call. We've got more work to prepare for the next race.
I literally just woke up, Ben. Calm down, mate. Lincoln said he was done anyways. I managed to just get on and get into his last lobby. Alright. What have we got? Let's go. That looks like an EJ lobby with that many classes. And capped to 15. It feels like an EJ lobby. 4 laps. Nope. Alright. Yeah, we got another league race tomorrow. Here. Camaro versus Mustang. I'll have enough time to do the LMD race in the morning. And then I'll be doing that race afterwards. No. No one's around. To be expected. I have to start doing night sessions with you guys. Nah, you guys don't. I will be, though. It's not my league racing. It's one I've been invited to, man. No, you can run whatever you want. But yeah, it's Bathurst, a 40-minute race. Bathurst, Camaro Mustangs only. Same guys that I did the Thai Motorsport race with last week. About 100 infidels, lol. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to... Because, like, the boys are on. It looked good, too. There's only 5 or 6 of them. But the Aussies were on last night playing together. Doing a little lobby. Jamie, Andrew, Wera, a couple others. Tim. Still just checking all my fucking notifications and shit for the morning. Just put up a short. Got to do my usual views. Bro, every morning with Discord too, I have all these notifications. I swear I've got to turn off the everyone notifications. Because I can never find half the notifications I'm tagged with. Sick of sleeping in front of a fan. Absolutely brutal. $40, mate. That means this week we've got nearly 2 hours of league races here. Well, not league races. One is officially, but I'm not a part of it. I am, but I'm not. And then the 1 hour race here, multi-class. 40 minutes in these things, and then 1 hour twice in GT3 and LMD. Big week of Bathurst. I'll be burnt out from it. definitely have to get a PM. A PM Oceania League going, guys. Just seeing you guys go at it last night. I know it'd be pretty easy. And then even a couple of the Japanese guys, Outline and ELG, they only really seem to be on later in the evenings. Like later. And then Jamie gets on at night. We could have a few. And it'd look good. And it'd be full contact racing.
Just get your elbows out.
At least it's sorted out the pit thing by looks of it. Sorry, the lobby post thing too by looks of it. If I don't put a time in, because it used to just put me to the front regardless. They did maintenance for hours last night too. I don't know what it was for. But something that I said they've needed weekly for a while now. What's going on, Drew?
Need a good start. Remember to keep the nose clean into turn 1.
What's going on? Oh. Yeah, so, man. I'm, got a shock and sleep schedule at the moment and need shifting. I'm like going to bed early and then I'll sleep for a little bit and then I'll fucking get up for hours and then fall back asleep in the early hours of the morning and basically wake up fucking lunchtime. And it's not working well for the views, productivity. But I was going a long time there without sleep at all. going on, Grumps? Going on, Mr. Jazz? I gotta wake these wrists up, they're killing me. Keep looking for 7th. Fucking Bathurst. I'm in a GT4 and I'm looking for 7th. Oh, that's good to know. Usually pretty clear all the time. Mostly just the sound I have issues with streaming. There's always an issue with sound. No. No. Yeah, where is flying? But they were here last night. They were smashing it last night. Group of them. But yeah, where is quick? Just straight onto it. Legit though, like the insides of my wrists are killing me. And this is not the track for them. I don't know what it is. But yes, he's gone. And I'm not even awake. Drew's been killing it full stop lately. Probably not, no. No, I just put up a whatever thumbnail. The only ranked race I actually wanted to do today was LMD. I already got my points for GT3 and GT4. I didn't have time to do a new thumbnail. Probably just gonna do lobbies, mate. It'll be dead. There might be a lot in GT3, but that's GT3. And I've definitely already got more than adequate points at Silverstone. The only one I'd probably do would be GT4. But even then, I don't need to. But yeah, I only really wanted to do the LMD race today. I got my days backwards, bro. But tomorrow, 100%, I'll do the LMD race, and then I'm going to be doing the Bathurst thing with Slick. But yeah, after the LMD race, I won't touch ranked again until next week, really. What is day for 300? What? Bro, you really got to, like, organise something with him. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I can't be used as the middleman for this shit. Because he's not on Discord. If you're on Facebook, you should get onto his Facebook group. He found me. If you're on Facebook, get onto his Facebook group. I mean, you're both American. I've been invited just because he watches. But yeah, I thought it was today. And I thought I'd slept in. But it's tomorrow. And it'll be around this time tomorrow. We'll be racing. I think he starts 12:30 my time. And it's like 1 o'clock now. What's going on, Alan? No, it's all good. All good. Stopping by to hit the hanging with the women tonight. Oh, good luck. Yeah, no, I'm good, bro. I wouldn't want to come over right now, mate. Truthfully. Don't think anyone's welcome. That was horrible.
You're being caught. Up the pace now.
Not even that, mate. It's not even that.
Fantastic job. You made the podium.
But yeah, at the moment I got yeah, because I got on late, bro. It's because I've gotten on late. There might be more soon, but I've gotten on later. Like, I'm gonna have to switch it up anyways. It's gonna be hard because like I need to start playing more with my local guys rather than being like even just the ghosting and the damage and the ping and everything. It's not kosher right now. It's not fair. And then seeing them have a blast with only like 5-6 people, but everybody's local. Yeah. I need to start switching up the way I'm streaming it. Alright, GT3 and 4. Fuck it, let's do something different. Porsche celebration. It's something I want to do as a mixed. Imagine this with like 10 cars in each category: the 917, the 992, and the 964. Imagine that at like Daytona, because I know the Americans love the Porsches. Like they love the Porsches because of their history at Sebring and Daytona. But yeah, imagine like Daytona with Daytona, Nordschleife, at a Porsche celebration. Yeah, different, bro. We're doing the race cars too much. I used to change it up a lot, and then the moment you change it up, you'd lose people. Yeah, it wasn't me. They were Lincoln settings. I'm not the biggest fan of them either, Alan, but I like the old ones, mate. They are, as soon as you change them, or even different tracks. For the first month or so, man, it was all I was doing was just constantly changing group. Yeah, I agree, bro. I agree. Myself included, been doing a fair bit of it. It is, but it's also the most unbalanced. NGT was probably my favourite at first. I fell in love with the Mosler straight away. There was a few I fell in love with. It's just very unbalanced. GT is more balanced. The NGT, there's like 2 or 3 cars that are really good, and then there's fucking 5 that are shit. Like even the Mosler, which I love, it's got no top speed, and it can't do anything to have top speed compared to the TVR compared to the no, sorry, I'm thinking of the Mantara. The Mosler is the really quick one. The Mantara is the one I like. The Mantara's got no top speed at all. What's the other one? There's like 3 or 4 of them that are just really, like, they can barely get over 260. And then some of the others can get 280, 290. Yeah, I don't like RRs, mate. I don't like RRs at all. The old ones in, like, Gran Turismo, Al, they used to kill me, man. Trying to get, like, a fully done up RS, 1973 RS, and drive that thing comfortably. Only had, like, 280, 300 horsepower. Mental on the brakes, unstable as. I used to always think, how are these the best cars in the world? Like, why are these so loved? They got a great history, though. They've literally won everything that you can. What's going on, Neon? How are you, bro? I was going to message you soon. Ask you what's the go with the, that merch thing again. Just start doing some stuff. Start having a basic look at putting the logo on something. But I've just got too much going on. Too many people at me wanting to do other shit. Yeah, so I did some of this against the AI when I was filming for my redemption and review video. God, I can't wait. It's surely going to happen. I can't wait till we can get variable weather in the custom lobbies. Because if you haven't tried it, you just don't really know. The variable weather is absolutely mental for the races we're doing too, long distance. It's so good. What's going on, Meta? How are you? I wanted to hear what you thought of me redemption video, mate. It's the most work I've ever done. It's the piece I was writing up for weeks. It's only done like half the views of my other ones, but it's still done really well. It was a good piece, mate. I hope you're well. I've been better. Shit's starting to turn around again. We got a V8 supercar in this. We're loving it. Oh, I'll be back in a sec. I reckon it's one of the coolest cars in cockpit view. Oh. Yeah, it's been at least once a day, Matter. Truthfully, mate. At least once, twice a day. Yesterday there was a whole... I was on a break, I went down the shop. I had a race replay up. Lounsey dealt with it, but it was a whole lot of shit. And he was trying to talk to him like a civilized person, and they were just saying all sorts of things. Yeah, it's every day, at least once a day, on at least one post or one video or one thing, there's been somebody calling me some horrible things. At least once a day, every day for the last week.
Clear of the pits.
But yeah, for the most part, I've ignored it. She's accepted the apology. But like I said, I've got the video up. Oh, no, I don't. It was the first thing Boris was saying. I'm not condoning it or justifying it or whatever, but it's the first thing Boris said. It was like, and what, people think that you haven't been targeted or trolled or harassed for years as it is, and you're a much better driver. But that's besides the point.
Check your flag this lap. Session's over.
Jesus, the sand grabs these things so violently. I did. Yeah, I mean, it was shattering for Oscar. The first, I said very early that there'd be a lot of racing in the midfield. I expected Max to do exactly what he did. I didn't expect Ferrari to be as good as they were. Those first 12 laps were the most exciting. No, it was racing. I don't like the way they have to do it. I wouldn't want to be the driver. I understand their frustrations with it, but for us it was incredible. We were loving it. Those first 12 laps until that first yellow flag felt like you couldn't catch your breath. Like, there was so much back and forth. The passes that Leclerc was making around the outside into the turn that they were all hating with the lift and coast. Like, I wouldn't want to drive the cars like that. I understand the frustration. It's like Gran Turismo with fuel saving shit. Like, I don't like, you drive the cars to go faster and shit. I get it. Doesn't seem like a fun way, and having to. But it was hell fucking awesome to watch. Like, they were going at it all through the field. I didn't even get to see Colapinto's proper start until like way later, and then when I seen that, like, I hate Colapinto too. I was like, Jesus Christ. The Liam Lawson and Bottas stuff, Jesus, not Bottas, Perez. I seen the best meme about it yesterday, and it was like a tank and a fucking F1 car, and it was like the Racing Bull trying to pass the Cadillac, and the tank is just fucking. There was a lot of good shit to take from it, man. But I wouldn't want to be the ones driving the cars at all, no.
I hope you're ready for the start from the back challenge.
But yeah, well, I'm pretty sure everybody that was here for the watch along too enjoyed it. We had a few people from different parts of the world that were, and we all had different opinions on it, but the actual racing that we got to witness, desperately hoping something happened at the end, like that someone fucking blew up and got stranded with like 5-6 laps to go so that they could all jump on selfs and create a clusterfuck. But that didn't happen. and some incredible drives from some of the younger kids and rookies. And the Haas results, I think, show how good the Ferrari could possibly be. What's going on, mate? Yeah, we got two very good engines in F1 this year, and they've both got two different strengths and weaknesses. Well, strengths. I wouldn't say the Merc has any weaknesses.
Yeah, good start. Remember to keep the nose clean. It's turn one.
Those Ferraris off the start too. Leclerc off the start. That is one of the greatest, like, just most beautiful to turn one starts you can ever see. From fourth position. Oh God. Oh God, did you see that behind me? I was too busy looking at the radar. Oh, it just doesn't want to fucking stop. No amount of pumping the brakes wants to stop. It, honestly, dude, at least like if you're not into F1 especially, you're going to be like, wow. If you're into F1 and you've been bored by the last few years or last decade or whatever, yeah, 100%. There was a lot of, even in the middle part of the race, when it started to settle down, there was a lot of ebb and flow between the Mercedes and the Ferrari with catching up, you know, who was catching who could do what with their engine. When they're amongst each other though, the way the battery stuff works and the way they're able to use it, it creates a spectacle. Like, they're able to race each other now in a way that they've never been able to race each other. By the middle of the race, it kind of played out how you expect an F1 race to. But that first part of it, you never expect them to go at it. Like, you don't expect them to really go at it for more than a lap or two, man. To let alone 12 laps of non-stop battling between F1 cars until a yellow flag like puts a stop to it, and kind of everyone finally starts pitting and changing their tyres, and the grid gets reorganised and shit. But for 12 laps, it was a Ferrari and a Mercedes that were just non-stop, not diving each other, but going around each other every chance that they had. And the way they show it with the battery and how they're using the battery, you know how much, like, and watching Max later on, looked like he was going to be able to overcome the McLaren with his battery, and he wasn't able to. But the way you could, like, for someone he's been so critical of it, you could see the way that he was driving it compared to Lando. He was doing much better battery management, and he was the car chasing. And then the Ferraris and the Mercs at the start, the battery stuff was crazy, to be honest. Like, I mean, Leclerc saying, you know, it felt like having a fucking Super Mario power-up. Like, some of the things Leclerc did under the battery was like, Jesus Christ, like, going around the outside, like on a turn like this, going around the outside of someone, you know, on a situation where you shouldn't be able to pass, and because the other car was out of battery and he had some, he was able to go around it. But it'd be hard, very hard for the drivers to juggle, as it is. Like you see all the Lewis memes with Ferrari, you know, like the amount of fucking bullshit they have to deal with from their engineers and the radio as it is. Let alone having all these buttons that they've got on their wheel that they've got to be pressing 15 times a lap. It'd do my head in. But yeah, it was a good race. Very good season opener. Heartbreaking for Oscar once again. Very quickly too, you kind of seen the status quo with a couple of the engines that were no good. Like the Cadillac, the Aston Martin, and the Audi. And then oddly, with some of the other cars, like Cadillac being the exception, Aston Martin, Alonso on the softs at the start had a kind of dream run, but it didn't last long. The rest of the car, like the rest of retirements and shit, it was like you had one driver from the team who struggled and one driver from the team who did incredibly well. Like Red Bull, it was unfortunate what happened with Isaac. Who knows what he could have done in the race, but his car failed. And then you got Max coming from the back having to push harder. His car was fine. The McLarens, same imbalance of misfortune. Ferrari and Merc get away with it. The rest of the teams, it was hit or miss. What's going on, Ming? Like even the Racing Bull, Liam Lawson looked like shit, and Avi Lindblad, and in general, the Racing Bulls all weekend looked super fucking quick. Like Ford in general have put out a really good engine. Compared to like what Honda have done with Aston Martin, Ford have killed it for their first crack. Because they're supplying 4 cars. But yeah, Aston seem to be in the most trouble. Cadillac is very slow. The car doesn't look very good either. Audi is slow, but Bortoletto seems to be already at an understanding with the car. And the Haas is surprisingly quick. And Behrman's coming into his own. Ocon's a fucking piece of shit. I don't like Ocon. Bro, this is hard as shit. I can't commit anything to this car right now. Dead. This is hard as shit. I think Merck's still going to walk away with it, but the Ferrari looks really, 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 really fucking good. Like, if the Ferrari can get a bit more, Why won't it let me spectate? There we go. What is going on? Yeah, the Ferrari, if they can get a bit more top speed. The acceleration, though, they got something going on with the, I don't know, I can't explain the technicalities of it, but because they got like a twin hybrid electric and engine system going on, and then they got their turbos. The way the turbo has to, it's the same thing that caused Oscar to crash, because they have to spool up the turbo or whatever when the cars first drive out there, but Ferrari's got something going on with theirs that allows it to spool up faster and be more reliable upon release. That's why we got to see the start that all the Ferraris had, basically all the Ferrari engines. Off the line, that Ferrari, it's like a drag car, bro, like with how it takes off the line. And the Merc overall is just a really strong engine. If Ferrari can like qualify at the front, they're going to jump off the line so quick that they're going to be hard to keep up with all the battling that's going to happen. And then if they're going to be in the same position they were this week, like in the, like kind of 3rd to 10th, say that, the way they jump off the start, they're going to get a few positions every time. So yes, something like that. I just heard that it spools quicker and the way it releases. They're gonna throw a spanner in it every time off the start. Like if they qualify 5th, 6th, they're gonna jump a few positions. If they qualify first, first, second, they could lead into turn 1 so easy. Like it's interesting already, like what's going on. But it's still, I think we need at least 3. We need 3 full rounds, I think, before we can say the status quo. But it was a very interesting first round. Like, we were laughing a lot at the start because, like, I mean, Oscar sucked. It sucked so bad. But you have that before the race starts. One of the Audis nearly looked like it was going to break down before the race started or set on fire. Within the first few laps, you had critical failures from a few of, like, it was all expected. All absolutely expected. And then you still had good racing. Even, like, at the end, man. God, they were showing it so bad. The fucking French Civil War, mate. The French Civil War for the last point. Gasly and Ocon, man, they were going at it non-stop. Like, I was telling a little story. I was like, these dudes have been racing each other for like 25 years and they hate each other. Like, and here they are battling over the last point on a Sunday. Like, it was good to watch. Yeah, same, bro, Gaz. That's what I was saying. First 12 laps, it felt like he couldn't breathe. Until that first yellow came out, it felt like he couldn't breathe. Some of the passes that Leclerc did first were mental. George, you fully expected to pass him back, and then there was a couple of times where he wasn't able to. But some of the passes that Leclerc did on George were like, holy shit. Then George pulled out a few. And then every time Lewis closed in. At that point when all 3 of them got together, like, I was starting to think, like, fuck, here we go. Like, I thought if Lewis got, and he did get past him, but they fucked the strategy. I don't know, like Ferrari gonna Ferrari. They should have played the strategy out. Like, one of them should have boxed when the Mercs boxed. But I guess they've probably got a tyre issue compared to the Mercs. That's all I could think of. They already know that their tyres can't do whatever the Mercs can do on the tyres. But it was very exciting start to the race. That first 15 minutes of the season, you were like... But I wouldn't want to be driving the cars. They look awesome to drive, though, in terms of their... If you took out the hybrid shit in the battery and just let them go full noise, they look awesome to drive. They're quick, too. Like, they're as quick as last year's cars, but it's the battery shit that's slowing them down. And the amount of time, like, they're 3.5 seconds slower than last year's cars at Albert Park. So what's going to happen when they come to a track like Spa? They're going to be 5 seconds slower, 6 seconds slower. And it was a long race because of that, too. So there's pros and cons already. I wouldn't want to be driving the cars, but it's fucking awesome to watch. Straight up. The cars look sick, too. There's probably like 5 of them outright that I was like, that car looks so good. That car looks so good. That car looks so good. It's something to do with the setup, Grumps. You've got to do with these things. You can see Pano's handling it well. With these things, you've got to do a lot of load boost, alignment boost, shit like that. A lot. Load boost is probably the first thing. But you can see he was, like, that's why I even started stuffing up. Like, he was pulling away, trying to do what he was doing. You can see he's got a good setup for it. It looks tight in the front end. Looks like he's got downforce and grip. Rear end's helping rotate the car. But I felt like I couldn't turn it either, especially under brakes. Yeah, you have to drive and pointy, yeah. But you can see he's got it. Like, look, he's got control of the front end of that car. And he's using the rear to put the power down. But yeah, there's a lot of fine art to the setup in the feedback for these things to get the wheel feeling kosher. The rain doesn't help. I went default, but I changed up some of the feedback, trying to get some feeling into it. And I did have it, but I had nothing under brakes. It's very comfortable. $2.5. Jesus. Jesus. The YouTube numbers for a lot of other people. Oh, actually, no, I don't know if that looks good. The numbers seem down. Like YouTube's back on its shit again, what it was doing a few weeks ago. It looks like everyone's comments and shit coming through. So. Not much of a dry line's coming out too, like at all. I fully expected, that's why I made it summer. I expected a dry line to come out really quick. Oh yeah, G27, Jesus. I've had a 2.9 and a 9.23. 2.7. Yeah, Max is awesome. I've always advocated for him. He's had his moments, but he's got personality. And he's a freak. Last year alone, like I had fully gotten on like halfway through the season. I was like, do not count this guy off. If he turns around and does one thing, he's going to wipe the floor with everybody. And it's exactly what happened. It was very, very entertaining. Devil. He's the Discord, bro. I've got it like closed access thing. Just seeing the comment. Yeah, I'll just go to Daytona and turn the rain off. Brake pressure. Oh yeah, the brake pressure is a big difference actually, because you can get heavier on the brakes. Steer with throttle and heel and toe pattern, H pattern. Oh, there you go. Oh, good job, man. They look really good. What wheel? Pano.
That's a tough drive.
Nice.
Next time we come back, we'll know the bar is set pretty high.
Oh, really? I was looking at the Moser for the longest time, but at the time it didn't have the compatibility. Yeah, my wheel hasn't had a problem, man. It gets like weird feedback glitches, like that the game causes it to do. You know, like you'll be spectating and you still get mad feedback, or like after the game is done, like only this game causes it to do it. But yeah, even on Gran Turismo, it was a big game changer for me when I got it. Like I was already out of love with Gran Turismo, but just the feeling that it gave me was like better than anything I'd had, and then I got this, so that changed. I should probably swap the pedals out though, because I don't use the triple set with the clutch, and I've got the double set too, and I sit awkwardly because of it. Like my legs and my body is more that way rather than straight. Like, and if it was straight, I guess I'd be like that rather than, you know what I mean? Been thinking about that for a fair while, especially since I've had like the clutch on my paddles. And I don't like the D-pad on it. I hate the D-pad. The D-pad. It's not a fucking D-pad. It's a stick. It's like a little fucking flimsy analog stick that you used to have on your phone back in the day. Like the down on it is already cooked. Like I hate the D-pad compared to the D-pad that exists on the G29 and the 923. This stick that is on this wheel is fucking disgusting. It's absolutely not good enough for how much the wheel costs, what the wheel is, and how vital the D-pad is for your MFD and shit. It's the worst thing about the wheel. The worst thing about it. Hands down. Like, I curse every time it fucks me up. Every time you're trying to dial something up and it won't go down, or it goes down when it shouldn't. You're trying to go left and right. I hate it so much. Compared to the D-pad, it's the worst thing about this wheel. It's a disgusting design. And it was all because they were trying to squeeze in more, or sorry, like have less of a frame. You know, they could have had the frame be a centimetre bigger along the bottom and still had it be a D-pad. But they were like, nah. They wanted this nice, sleek, thin metal plate in the middle. So they've got this stick. This little fucking arcade stick. I used to for years. Haven't bothered with that for years now either, man. Well, not years. I was last on that about probably 18 months ago. But I played it from the start. PS4 to PS5. SimGrid, Leagues. It's how I met Boris. SimGrid on ACC. When Rory was advertising for it, I was already long on it. Did 2 seasons of GT4 League. Got involved briefly in a GT3 like endurance thing. Played plenty of it, mate. Got probably 1,000 hours at least on that too. But it never really took off for me here. Like, I was good at it, but no one ever cared watching it. I had a Gran Turismo crowd and they didn't care for it. And not enough to do in it. Much better game, like them both, Gran Turismo and even this at the moment, but I still think this, I get more feeling out of my wheel. But yeah, just not enough to do in it. I mean, like, think about it, ACC as it stands has been out like that for the longest time. And then even Gran Turismo, it's been 4 fucking years of Gran Turismo 7. I just get over them. I mean, you know, this game, by the time we're done with the DLC, if not much changes or improves about this game, guaranteed I'll get over it too. It is, but it's just not enough, bro. Like, it's not enough. It's been out too long. There's no crowd on it, man. And then even still, like the actual ACC crowd that care about the game, they're only on PC and they disregard the console crowd. But there's no console crowd. You got to be a part of a league, and I still think this game is going to be better in the end. Like, I've got more feeling in this and the variety. It's like why I prefer Gran Turismo too, driving all the old cars and shit. Like, ACC's just done. Like, it's had its time. There's nothing else on console, but it's had its time. It's been around as long as GT Sport and GT7. And GT7 I couldn't give 2 fucks about anymore. And that's hitting 4 years, like, next week. The next great hope, is LMU. Even Wreckfest. When Wreckfest comes out finally on consoles, I'll be very happy with it, I'm sure. Yeah, I've put in a lot of hours into it too. Single player, leagues, SimGrid. Did a lot of SimGrid. There was no Aussies doing it too. But SimGrid's how I met Boris. SimGrid's where I first raced Rory. But yeah, it never took off as a streaming thing for me. And even I felt like that the things that I was doing in ACC, both the form I was on, the way you had to drive the cars, the feeling of it was a billion times better than anything I'd done on Gran Turismo. And people just didn't care. That always sucked about it. Same as it has been here, but now we're getting a different crowd. But the Gran Turismo crowd just could not give a shit about anything other than their sweet, precious game. So, like, I've been through it. We got no options. It's what pisses me off with a lot of the people and that are like, just go play something else. There is no other options. Nah, I'm not PC. And I wouldn't iRace anyways, bro. I hate the model of iRacing. Fucking iSubscription. Like, it makes me laugh. I've had many a rant about this, the way PC players go on about console plebs and our subscriptions and shit, yet they'll happily pay what they pay for their sim racing equipment and iRacing. Like, it's backwards, the criticism they throw out and then what they pay for their shit compared to it's like they don't understand the two markets, man. But I'll always be console. Alright, back to set.
Didn't set a time, so we'll be at the back.
I don't get upset, and I have a physical copy of Project Cars 2. I've pulled it out before. Shut the fuck up. I don't get upset. What did I just say about ACC and old games? I've been there and done it all with the consoles, bro. I have to play something that's streamable, that people want to see. They didn't want to see... No, not you, Devil. I'm saying the Grumps on the PC thing. Don't get upset. I've literally pulled out the I have the physical copy of the game. I've pulled it out and showed it before. I reinstalled it as far back as 6 months ago. It looks and plays pretty piss poor on console, especially compared to this. But I see the points where it's better too. I need to stream stuff that people want to watch. And for the longest time, that was only Gran Turismo. With this, we've brought in 1/4 now, basically. My audience has come in because of this game. So, and we're only early in its cycle, not even 3 months in. It's still got a long time to develop. It's got the reputation and the launch that it has, but it's also why I've been doing everything that I can to try and fix that with my little following. The biggest worry is that the company goes under. Like, it needs to sell some more copies. People need to invest in it, but they need to drop the price and shit. It's how a lot of people have now. I was at that rejoin was piss poor. I understand the fear. Just before the year, so we hit 2,000 just before the end of the year. I think I'd hit 1,800 just at the end of October. And then this came out the end of November. And we're at where we're at now. And I've been doing this 4 or 5 years, basically mainly Gran Turismo. I've played everything. I've played so many other games, but it was built on racing. Gran Turismo, mostly. So yeah, this game alone now has brought in over 800 subs in a 4-month period. Not even 4 months, just over 3. And then all the people, not all the people, still a handful of them, but considering I had nearly 2,000 subs off the back of Gran Turismo over 4 or 5 years, 4 years, I don't see any of those people anymore, and I haven't seen them for the whole entire time I've been streaming this game, which has been non-stop since then. So there's that too. There's probably a lot that I've lost. But overall, the game's getting to the point now where it's going to be nearly half my audience, and because of that and that alone, got to keep at it. Oh, wowie. That was always going to happen. This brake balance thing, man. Just bent the car. This is what I mean. I'm trying, literally right now, this fucking D-pad, trying to change the goddamn brake bias, and it's ticking down on its own. These cars haven't had their default brake balance adjusted. And that was all front end brakes. Logitech Pro. Or Logitech DD with the Pro pedals and an improved wheel. It's not the G Pro, but it's like an upgraded DD. It's not the latest one though. So bad. That'd be a good idea too. I should have put that in my video because it's a small download too. Yeah, they are fast, Andres. so bad. See, brake balance. Brake balance hadn't been changed. It was like 30 fucking, what was it? 54.36. Sorry, 64.36. It was all front end brakes. Yeah, you can. I think you can swap wheels with all of them now. They've got the, even this has the detachable, and I've got 2 different wheels. They've got like the same. No, this car's broken. Fuck's sake. Definitely getting rid of these cars after this. But yeah, my wheel. PTOs. I got another one in the spare room. Oh, he's dead. It is small, yeah. Especially, there's a massive size difference when you get one of these wheelbases compared to them. But yeah, the 2.9, my 2.9 I only had like 6 months, man, before the 923 was the thing, so I got that. Gave my 2.9 away. My first 923 got pretty beat up. I had a few issues with it. It lasted about 18 months. Got another one. That one got treated a bit better. But I ended up having a feedback issue with it, like a power feedback issue with it. And then got another one. And then that one was the longest lasting one, went like 2+ years, and the pedals went on that. And that was when I got an adapter. Like, they'd finally got the adapter. Got the adapter, got load cells. I was on that for like 2-3 weeks before I went and got everything else. But I still have my G29 out the back, attached to my old homemade A-frame timber rig. Because after I got out of that, I was in a play seat for a little while. G923 in a play seat. God, that thing rattled. But yeah, there's literally now a room full of fucking boxes and spare parts because of this one. So I've got 2 wheels, 2 sets of pedals. I wish I had 2 hubs, but 2 wheels, 2 sets of pedals. Heaps of accessories. Yeah, this thing's about 6 months old, but the hub is second hand. The pedals are the only thing that's brand new, and it's got a brand new wheel. The actual wheel. The hub is second hand. The wheel that came with it is second hand. Cockpit was brand new. The pedals were brand new. So yeah, there's a spare set of pedals. There's a spare wheel. And heaps of the rods and stoppers and shit. As long as the hub doesn't fail, I'll be set for a while. No, you can get it compatible with PlayStation now. There's adapters and shit. Like, even as it is, so like if I had the Moser pedals with the Logitech adapter, I could have used them. Depends on what one you get. I don't think like the base entry level ones, but there's certain ones that you can outright get for your PS5 now. Has been for a little while, about a year now, I think, bro. Plus. But they've always been compatible, but you just needed heaps of adapters and shit. That was half the problem. We looked into that. There was I could have got like the entry level Moser pedals and the DD, which was like 4 or 6 NM. I still would have needed an adapter and something else, and then the total cost was like $100 less or $200 less than what it would have been to just get a DD outright anyways. And it would have been coming from Europe. Like shipping, total cost, there was all these factors that a couple of $100 more could have got a DD here and had it straight out of the box ready to go. But then ended up having something else organised anyways. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There are wheels now that are compatible straight out of the box. It used to be you needed adapters for a fair while. Like when they first come out, I don't even think you could. And then the adapters or some form of an adapter, like say 6 months later. I was paying attention to Moser just because, I mean, the people that were supporting it and the reason they were supporting it, like it was I wouldn't even say entry level because it's hard to say that with sim racing when a fucking wheel costs as much as a console. But it was getting better in terms of price range, and it forced the others to move their hand a bit. The Logitech, in my opinion, like as example, is still way too expensive for what it is. It's a great wheel, but it's way too expensive, like as a current product on the market compared to other things that are out there.
Next time we come back, we'll know the bar is set pretty high.
Way too expensive for what it is, and for the other ones that are on the market, and for how many other ones there are on the market. Way too expensive. Because, yeah, this costs more than a PS5, which is a joke. But PS5s, as it is too, they still cost a fucking fortune over here. Alright, well, I'll bring back the normal stuff because there is a bit of crashing going on. Actually, I reckon Lambo will go right here. Fuck, a lot of Mercs now, isn't there? A lot of people in Mercs. Actually, yeah, I'll try the NSX too. That was going pretty hard. Dual max. Let's go. No, sim racing is too expensive. And the elitists do think that it's, you know, like cash and acceptable. They're like, yeah, but you're not going real racing. Yeah, but real racing is way too expensive, and people can't do that. So why do we make the next closest thing twice, 3 times, 4 times as expensive as any other genre in gaming? Like it's a niche genre, and the justifications behind it, like. Yeah, it's bad. G923 you can get delivered here from Amazon for like $500. It'll be like the wheel will be like $450, $50 next day delivery, which is fucking sick. $500 our money, and it's been like that for a fair while. This one though is like a 12, 13, 15, depending on what one you get to. Like, you know, there's one that comes with, they've got one that's like $3,000. Comes with the whole lot, like, you know, the chair that they built for it and shit. And I know a lot of people that got that too. But the wheel on its own, the wheel and the pedals on its own, $1,500, like basically, which is, it's too much. Yeah. That's why I don't like the Fanatec system. It's an ecosystem in the same way that like iPhone do their thing. They want you to buy a piece of tech that should be good to last you outright, that they know you're going to replace in a year or two because they're going to release another one that's going to be a new shiny bells and whistles thing. That's Fanatec all over, and people fall for it. It becomes like an influencer. Fanatec is like an influencer, like the people who have multiple wheels. It's all an influencer thing. Like, yeah, there you go, bro. And I'm not working, so like it's impossible for me. The people, even the people that are, right, they're the ones that can afford it, that really put in a ridiculous stupid amount, they can afford it and they're well off, and then their justifications of it is very snobbish to everybody else, or to anybody else, especially the console market. Like, not everybody has a 6-figure job. Not everybody even has a reliable fucking 50k a year job. And then even then, like say someone who's more at the 50k end, they're not going to be able to put that type of money. That's a lot of money. Someone to invest in that type of build and the equipment that only earns that money, especially if it's a single income household, or even still, they got 2 income household, but it's like kids are involved, not happening. Anybody outside of that, you got to have a certain figure, and that figure around the rest of the world is not common. Like, there's probably 2 different video ideas that I've wanted to do for the longest time when it comes to sim racing. The cost of sim racing and then the elitism attached to it. Wanted to do, and now I'm being lumped into it too because of the controversies of the last week. But I wanted to do it for a little while because the cost is unacceptable. Has been for the longest time. And then the elitists justify it. And they also, like, they think, like, with the way they reacted to this, they think that sim racing is immune to the current state of gaming and the way games launch and the way they get pushed out early. And then they're completely disregarding the way they get access to these type of games on PC, how they'll pay for an early access that lasts for 2-3 years, and they'll pay for that. And like, you know, you look at all their extra costs, like it's, yeah, there's this constant back and forth between PCs and consoles, but the disregard from the PC towards the consoles, and the way that they think the money's just so easy to come by, and then they think that we spend through the arsehole just for a PlayStation subscription, but then all the subscriptions and early accesses that they pay for. Like, it's the irony in a lot of the things that they believe, and then the way they disregard us, and then the way the system actually works is, it's amusing, to say the least. Incredibly frustrating though, when you're someone who's on the lower end of the gaming spectrum, and you're in a genre that's on the higher end. Like I don't know, there's no other genre out there like it, except for anybody who goes like fucking super hard into any other sim, farming, flying, whatever, and they've got all the controls and the cockpit, and only other ones that could come close, and they're even more niche. I would say flying is probably I don't know, like you'd have to look into the numbers, but like when you look at something like Flight Simulator, I'd say that flying is still a bigger niche than this is, but it's still a niche. And then what racing game isn't? The console ones. Gran Turismo, Need for Speeds,
No time
Forces.
set. We're at the back.
They're the only mainstream ones. Yeah, I have. A Star Citizen in general, how long that's been going on, is one of the one of the funniest ones in history. How much money they've put into that motherfucker. I remember watching one not long ago though, a couple months back, and it was someone who'd like been there from the start but hadn't played it in years. They had a super rig and they kind of went back to it. And then you have No Man's Sky on consoles, which is what it is and had the launch that it is, and it is now basically the best one of those games in the world. Most accessible too. Like when I loaded that up yesterday, I was like, fuck, this game's 10 years old now. And I'm like space trucking in it now. Space trucking, like Mud Runner. Sky, like No Man's Sky has now got so many things to do in it that you can basically play fucking Mud Runner Roadcraft in it. Like, that's what the game, like the latest version of the game, the latest expansion, that's what territory they're leaning into now. They took a big dump on Starfield with their most recent one before that, with shipbuilding, like Corvette building. Like they brought in Corvette building and did it better than Starfield. So like No Man's Sky now, like that game rules that genre. It might not be the best one, like on a PC too. You go have a look at some of the shit on YouTube. Like it's like people playing Minecraft. Like you go check out some of the shit from that game on PC, and you're like, what the fuck are these cunts playing on? This is like mind melting how good it looks. Yeah, the new one looks sick. It does look sick. I do still play No Man's Sky on and off. I got back on for the recent, though. I was on it last night. I'm trying to get the Platinum Trophy. I literally just need to spend hours in extreme environments now, and I'm up to the last level of it. I'm at like 27,000 minutes. I need to get to 32,000, like in-game time. But it's still a couple of hours left of just standing around on a fucking planet where I constantly have to recharge my fucking life support every 15 minutes. It's just something that's not very streamable. But I've been doing the I've been getting all the upgrades to my truck. I want to get all the upgrades in the Platinum before I next put it down again. I'm gonna get back into Cyberpunk very soon. Very, very soon. I'm waiting until I can go officially live on TikTok before I do that. But yeah, I play a lot of other games too, bro. A lot of other games. And I've spoken in defense of this game very passionately because of the tiny little niche genre that it is in. And then because of games like No Man's Sky, Fallout 76 and Cyberpunk, where they had what launches they did, and they're industry powerhouses now. Yeah, Cyberpunk's my favourite game of all time. I have a Platinum in it. I've put 500 hours into 4 different playthroughs. And a lot of people have never seen me play it. They want to see me play it. It's my favourite game of all time. That and Red Dead. 600 hours, nice. Nice. Yeah, I was nearing 500. I got the Platinum about 420 hours in, and I still did another playthrough after that. Everybody was like, why are you still playing this game? I'm like, because it's the best game ever. Like, still crying and shit when I have to fucking kill Somi or Johnny or whatever. Nah, it is the best. I can't wait to play it again. I nearly reinstalled it again last night. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, bop. The car is, way too high strung. It took me forever to actually uninstall it. But I mean, when you've got games like Gran Turismo on your console and Cyberpunk, that's like, you're taking up like 400 gig of space straight away. The most I just went on a deleting spree because I got rid of Gran Turismo recently. I got over 300 gig available at the moment. That's why I thought about reinstalling it. I played it last when they updated all the photo, like it was a big update. They updated all the photo mode and added in a couple of, like the car, some new car stuff and shit like that when I last played. And I had one more potential playthrough one more playthrough style that I'd never attempted, that I thought would have been one of the hardest ones to possibly do, because I had like this whole Westworld thing going on. I took like potential Westworld playthroughs, characters from Westworld, recreated them in the game, and then played the game how I thought that character would. And I had one more potential playthrough, and that was Pacifist Brawler, which was the fucking, well, I can't remember his name, Bernard. The Bernard playthrough, Jeffrey Wright. But Pacifist Brawler, the monk mission, it made me think of the monk mission where you have to rescue the brother, and the only way to really do it was to either do like non-lethal weapons or have, you know, just knock people out. It made me like think, imagine if you did a whole playthrough of this, like with the exception of boss fights, a pacifist playthrough, brawler, melee pacifist playthrough, be like essentially in my mind like the hardest possible playthrough of the game you could do. Especially if you cranked up the difficulty. Some of the boss fights would be impossible in my opinion. But yeah, if you've ever watched Westworld, I did a whole Dolores, Teddy, and the Man in Black. Well, Dolores and the Man in Black, that was the focus. I did them. I never got around to finishing my series. And I had a whole research piece on the similarities between Cyberpunk and Westworld, how the worlds could almost coexist. And yeah, I did a playthrough as Dolores. Like I did my first playthrough in Cyberpunk, and then my second one I did the main character, main two characters of Westworld, Man in Black and Dolores. Essentially, Dolores was like neutral good, but siding with the AIs. And then Man in Black was chaotic evil, killing the AIs.
Just get past them as soon as you can.
So yeah, interesting outcomes. And I got the worst ending ever with the Man in Black. Well, besides the original ending. But like where the new endings with Phantom Liberty and shit, his endings, yeah, felt fitting to get those worst ones, and they still felt horrible for a character that, like, as I played, and I just felt horrible doing all the things that I did. But those endings, like, full fucked me up still. Bro, I fucking love Dolores. I mean, the members are. We've got a fucking. She's got a sticker. I love Evan Rachel. Blondes usually aren't my thing either, bro, but Dolores is so pretty. Her character's so good. Her character is so good. Spill, we never got the last season, man, to see what happened at the end. And Man in Black, dude. Dolores. Fuck, that was close. Nah, great show. It's my favourite show ever. Season 1 of that is absolute and utter perfection. Could have been like a standalone mini-movie type thing. Season 3 is the worst season, but there's still, like, they introduced stuff in that became integral to the story. And Season 4 I thought was a mad return to form, and then they never got the chance to top it and finish the story. But still, like, the final episodes that we got, like, it could be considered a finale, you know, we just don't get to see how it turned out with the simulation. But yeah, love fucking Ed Harris in that show. So many quotes and speeches in it that I'm just like, man, this dude's the greatest actor of all time. The Sting. Yeah, and I think it'll be way later in the year though.
Last lap, white flags out.
AC Evo, people keep bringing up. Kunos have a horrible history of bringing stuff to consoles. They've done Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competitor Zone, and neither game were good at launch, and neither game were really supported the way they are on PC. Assetto Corsa great games. First one I learned to drive on. But compared to even still what it is on PC today, not supported at all. ACC, they never supported, ever, on consoles. They did not give a fuck about ACC on console. As much as they just released it. Like, they literally didn't give a shit about it, Kunos. Did not care what happened with that game. It literally took an outside company to try and create attention and a platform with that game. Kunos couldn't give two fucks because they already had the PC crowd. So yeah, I'm not holding my breath for Evo, man. Takes them forever to get an adaptation done, and then when they do it, they don't release perfectly. They take forever to be worked on, and they don't get supported anywhere near the same way that they do their PC games. And that's from someone who's got all the Assetto courses and put a lot of time into it.
We're coming up to back.
Yeah, good. I mean, I've got a whole...
The track a few laps back, so be careful getting
Look, I'll show
past.
I will get back into it. There was another one. There's been a few people. Every time I talk about it, I have a lot of content of it already, bro.
Good run, made it to the end. Just wasn't quite quick enough today.
So I've got a playlist with 72 uploads to it. No, I don't mean it like that, Jody. I don't mean you're an influencer, bro. I don't mean that at all. But it's... Have you up, like, how many times have you upgraded your wheel, Jody? So I mean, like, you know, like when someone's got like 2 or 3 sitting on the wall. I mean like that, bro. You only need 1, 2 tops, like to have 2 different types or whatever. I don't mean you're an influencer or you're trying to be an influencer, bro. But I think it's a very influencer-driven market. The need to even get the newer ones once a year or once every 18 months or something. There's no date, no. There's no date for any of them. Yeah, not even Wreckfest at this point has one. I'd expect it, and I've said that all along, I'd expect a date out of Wreckfest at least before we got a date out of LMU and AC Evo. Yeah, no, see that... But even that, Jody, even that. That's what you want from them. A wheelbase that's going to last that long. 1000% yes. To have the wheels, you've probably upgraded. Like, I mean, what? You've had the same base for 7 years? That's mad. Like, so you'd expect 2, 3 wheelbase. But you know what I mean? Like, people that... It's like a new iPhone, bro. Like, the unboxings and shit, you know? Like, that's all I mean. Like, there's no rhyme or reason behind the constant better and different and like, you know what I mean? Ferrari, McLaren, Lambo, like, it's just all... Some of them are sick, bro. Like, I remember seeing there was a wooden Ferrari one. Oh, mate. One of the most beautiful looking things I've ever seen in my life. But, like, it But yeah, none of them have a date, guys. None of them are even on the store for pre-order or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. The trophy wall, bro. The Kirith trophy wall. Like a hunter. GTA 6 is really the only next game I care about. And I'm still, like, I'm hyped for it, but not in the same way that a lot of other people are. And, like, I mean, I love Rockstar. Red Dead 2. 100% if and when I get it, like, I'll be streaming it. But it's not going to take over. Like, it'll be something that I play and enjoy. Won't be something that I just fucking play, especially the online. Like, if it's anything like the last one, I'm not going to care. If it lets me use the wheel, yeah, 100%. Probably busting it up myself. But that is the next one for me, the only one I care about. Wreckfest. LMU, I mean, I'm not holding my breath for it. I'm not holding my breath for it. Even if we were to get it before the end of the year, if it launches in the same state that it is now on PC, that's what I highly doubt. That's what I highly, 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 highly doubt. Because Kunos could barely do it. And Kunos have got a history now. That's what I've been trying to say. And then even the people holding out their breath for Evo. Like, Evo's barely even a game on PC at this point. So why the fuck would you think it's going to be anywhere near console? Wreckfest seems the furthest along the line in terms of how long it's been doing its development, how long it's been doing its early access, and how it hands out its early access content and its previous history with coming to consoles in a good state and being supported the whole way through by the guy, like literally the exact same game as it is on PC. So that's the one I'd have more fingers crossed and belief in that it's going to launch before the end of the year in a good state and be something fun that takes a lot of my time. The others I wouldn't hold my breath for. Oh, wow. It is cold. Holy shit, look at that. Wow. Wowee. Okay. In general, mate, we're talking about gaming. But a couple racing games, Salty. Wreckfest, which you would actually love, mate. I'm sure you know about Wreckfest. Wreckfest 2, LMU, AC Evo. AC Evo is meant to be like a racing game like this that has an open world around the Nordschleife in Germany. Ouch. Wreckfest is Wreckfest, iconic. And then LMU is like what this game's trying to be. LMU is like the real GT racing and hyper racing and endurance racing from around the world. The best form of it on PC at the moment. Wreckfest is a great game. Great game. I platinumed it the first time around on the PS4. I should get around to platinuming it again on the PS5. I haven't given it enough time on the PS5, truthfully, considering how much I played it on the PS4. I should install that. That's a pretty small game. We could get on that and have a laugh on weekends. But yeah, just Wreckfest, I already know their history with supporting their game on console. I mean, they still support the first game on consoles. So I have more faith and belief in them compared to Kunos. And I learned how to use a wheel on the original Assetto Corsa. And I thought that Assetto Corsa Competitor Zone was a better game than Gran Turismo Sport and 7. So I have history with them, but I also know how much they had lack of a crowd on console, lack of any form of competition racing, and lack of any form of mod support that the PCs thrive off of. Whereas Wreckfest had every single one of those things. Wreckfest on console is the exact same game that it is on PC. So much more faith and belief in them to be able to do it again than what I do at all in Kunos. And LMU is untried. No. Oh, fuck, mate. Uh-oh. This thing is way too stiff for the Nord. Way too stiff for the Nord.
Race officials caught a track limit violation.
It genuinely sucks that Forza Motorsport didn't work out, because around that time that was out and trying to do its thing, there were already the rumours of Forza 2 PlayStation. Hadn't been confirmed yet, but there were already the rumours. And then later on that year, confirmed, comes out, highly successful. Had Motorsport survived and done well, had Motorsport flourished, it would have made the jump too. And had it made the jump, Gran Turismo at least may have finally had some competition, like a competitor that at least straight out of the box offered, you know, good GT racing that was accessible and had a name, brand name value attached to it. I think had we got to that point, we could have had more chance on the consoles. But you know, the writing was on the wall with that long before they even announced it. Gran Turismo only picked up steam in that time, regardless of it, like, putting out more of the same old slop, but at the same time it was improving and rebranding. So yeah, we've got no fucking genuine competition, like nothing out there that's trying, like, and I mean, it sucks too, because Gran Turismo is king, Forza is king. The Assetto Corsas, regardless, like even the Assetto Corsas being the better sim racing game. On consoles, they're reputation doesn't matter. Like, if you're going to play a racing game like that on console, the audience around you or the people that you're going to, like, you know what I mean? It's going to be a very niche thing because they're only just used to the same thing. And the moment you try to do the harder, more extreme, more hardcore shit, they lean away from it. You know, even Gran Turismo, every time Gran Turismo, it's like push and shove with Gran Turismo. Every time it gets harder, they complain. Then they kind of wind it back or make it a bit easier and shit like that. And they've already done a lot of things here too, which people are complaining about. Like, there's this dangerous precipice that this game is on now of, does it become more like Gran Turismo or does it try to become more like ACC? And obviously people like us want it to go more ACC department, I think. But even still, I think some of the people that follow here, like say some of the pad users or some of the lower skilled, they want it to go more Gran Turismo department. They want more pick up and play and accessibility. And so it's just a complicated market. Games like Gran Turismo and their reputation in history muddy the waters because hardcore console users are going to defend it till the cows come home. They don't really give a shit about the hardcore sim racing experience, and then they still try to argue with a hand tied behind their back that Gran Turismo is a real hardcore sim experience. You know what I mean? You've got that with consoles. You're always going to have that. We can't erase that. And a game like this, having done what it's done, is not going to help at all either. And then everything else I've said about LMU possibly down the line and AC Evo, they launched the way the previous games had.
Pushing a back marker. Be careful getting past.
It's going to be more of the same. Absolutely more of the same. That's why I'm saying genuinely the only one I even believe in is Wreckfest. At least in terms of proven history. And that's also why I'm still here playing this game day after day. Because I don't give a shit about the other games being more stable options or anything like that if they've been around for fucking years to get to that point. And then one of them has taken thousands of updates in 4 years and the other one is in a good state and highly playable but has absolutely no audience for it, no people on it unless you're in a league. And he's years and years old now, 6-7 years old. Like, alright, it works. Yeah, something should work after fucking 7 years. Here's something that's new. Doesn't work. Okay, yeah. Fair. A lot of video games these days launch not working. But this one's got a whole life cycle ahead of it, hopefully, of development. The potential is already there. The classes are already there. Like, so to me, it's obvious. I'd rather stay with something that's at least got a guaranteed new future, regardless of how shaky it looks. And even still, with the year that this one's got planned out, I don't think we'll have the other options before these guys even get to their last DLC. I think we might have Wreckfest 2. And maybe a date for LMU that is early next year. I think that's the best we can hope for by the end of this year. Oh, fuck. It's funny. People complain about this one and having to change car to car. And like, look at the extremes in terms of, like, most of these are race cars too. Jumping from one category to the next, look at the extremes that you face. And then they'll liken it to Gran Turismo 7 and the way it feels and how you can have the same settings across all this range of cars. Yeah, that's crap. Like, I used to basically have everything turned up to 10, except for maybe the Super Formulas, the Red Bull cars, and give or take a Group C car. I turn my feedback down to, or like the sensitivity down to 7 or 8. That'd be about it. That was the extremity of the changes that I made on Gran Turismo. Every other thing was always just cranked up. Max settings, max settings, max settings. And you're going from, you know, a 700 fucking horsepower muscle car, 1970 muscle car, to a Can-Am Chaparral, to a LMU, LMP, whatever, like, and the feedback was always the same. It was only the sensitivity that really ever changed. But yeah, people use that as a way to say, oh, this should be better, or, and like, they're kind of doing it now in a worrying way, like making at least a lot of the GT cars the exact same thing to drive. Violence. Ready? We'll yeet the car. Oh god, oh god, oh. See how much we can, if we can. Yeet. What's going on, Jimbo? And yeah, the audience for this game already, I have noticed, bro. GT and LMDs, like even me, the races I'm running because I want people in them. Oh, nice. How you finding it? I've seen mixed reviews, especially related to the season pass shit, but gameplay's meant to be cool. The ragdoll physics looks sick too. I had damage the whole way through, bro. Damage from the start, damaged it again in the second lap. Just not feeling it today. My wrists are killing me. Yeah, cool, Jimbo. It's good.
Fantastic job. You're on the podium.
No. I'm not huge on rally, mate. they're good games, but I'm just not huge on rally, like learning the circuits and the tracks and, you know, the stages, whatever. Yeah, I get a bit over rallying, the way you have to drive a car, like constant counter steering, etc. But they are good games. They're fun. They're a workout, especially on a DD. Sorry, just got so many people at me at the moment. Just about everything. Good, bad ideas. Yeah, tomorrow I've got so tomorrow I've got the LMD race. So I've got to do another LMD race at Tyre Motorsport. Another ranked race. We'll start with that. I'll get on like half hour before that. Then I'm going to have that. And then straight after that, I'm doing the Camaro Mustang race at Bathurst. But it's like an invite only thing, like already sorted. I already had people on my back about that last week. That's something too that I need to address, like with everyone as a whole. Like, if I'm getting invited to things or getting asked to do something and then everybody just starts pestering myself or that person to get involved, like it's hard. It's really hard. Even when we went through it with myself trying to host the password protected lobbies because of trolls, and then new people in the chat kind of guilt tripping and pressuring and sucking and moving forward. Like, that's why I'm like trying to host the things that I am, but moving forward we're going to have very selective, you know, certain people race with certain people for certain groups because of the lag and the ping and the contact and the ghosting and everything. It's just not reliable enough as it is. Me getting asked to come do anything is like I don't know, they either ask me because I'm good or they ask me because the attention thing, you know, like it's like, come show that we're doing something, and there's a lot of people doing it. But like, I'm trying to be fair with what I'm hosting too. I'm trying to get my own thing going here with an Oceania crowd because there's nobody over here. And then even for me doing races with, like, you know, this one I'm invited to, I feel out of place because I know I can ghost with everybody and it's not right. And then like, it already got annoying for me where I was racing within reason because of the ghosting, and then it would catch me out and like fuck me up and make me spin basically, because you know you can go straight through someone, you know you're faster than them, but because you're slowing down and trying to avoid a contact that's not even actually going to happen, you end up crashing because of it, and that's just as bad as cars that you could hit. So it's already been annoying for me to have to constantly race in these situations where people can ghost through me or I can ghost through them. And as long as the game works the way it does and we're on opposite continents, it's always going to be like that. So, like, if and when we get more of, you know, my local people playing the game, I'm 100% going to be leaning more towards that.
We're starting dead last.
Whoa, Jesus. Colapinto. Oh, fuck. No chance. Yeah, these things are hard. They're cooked. It's the fucking brake balance again too. Why haven't these... They need to do that in the update. They did the brake balance overhaul and shit, but none of these things have been given the default, like, middle ground brake balance. It's the same thing that happened to me with the 917. They've all got, like, you know, 65, 35 going on. Whereas all the cars now are more 50-40 or 50-50. And then as soon as you try to brake hard, it's just front end lock up. And then as soon as you change it back, you're like, oh, the car brakes nice now. So it's something they need to do. Like all the default brake balance for all these older cars is still set up the way it used to be, even though they've overhauled the whole brake balance thing of the entire game to bring the cars more towards a default centerline balance. I keep forgetting about it. You see straight away, as soon as I'm braking at the rear, car's pulling up. God, it's a good one to drive in cockpit view. That's a massive window, like it feels like a massive window. Yeah, look at that difference. That's ridiculous. They need to address that. Defaults need to have the brake balance fixed. Group C, 917s, Group 5s. Uh-oh.
The back marker is not in our race. Make a quick pass and get on with it.
These things feel made to race around here. I feel more comfortable getting around these turns than Group 3 does. Oh. No.
The back marker ahead isn't in the 5 position. Clear them.
Can I trust the downforce on this thing?
Officials flag a track limit violation. track marker ahead isn't in the fight for position. Just get past them as soon as you can.
Ah, fuck's sake. It's like every time you get comfortable in it, catches you out. What's EJ doing? How many has he got? 8 people. Thai Motorsport, looks like he's nearly done. He's doing password protected though. You'd have to be in his Discord. Yeah, very quiet. We've got to figure something out with these hours. It's either I've got to get on super early or super late. With the exception of weekends.
It's a tough drive. Next time we come back, we'll know the bar is set pretty high.
Right, we'll join EJR and I'll just give you the password. But he should have a lobby coming up any minute. They're at Thai Motorsport at the moment, so that's what it'll come up as. Looks like they're on GT3. I think, if I remember correctly, the password is LMU sucks, ironically. The game he was streaming this morning. Yeah, LMU sucks. Lol. This lobby, right here. So lowercase LMU sucks. Okay. If it lets me in. Won't let me in though. Hey. What are they in? I guess I'll go GT3 then. Bro, my control's getting mad stick drift. Fucking hell. Left, right, up, down. Yep. Look at it. It's going off. Fucking hell. Alright. Well, it's pretty dead now. It's my fault for getting on later. I think I'm just going to redirect you to EJ and be done with it for the night. I haven't eaten either. It's getting late in the afternoon already. So I'm going to redirect you to him. Get onto his Discord if you want to join. Yeah, there's not even anyone on. But pretty quiet numbers, not even 20 likes. Abysmal. So yeah, I will definitely be on earlier tomorrow, guys, because I've got a leg race. But I'm done. I'm going to shut it down. Go have something to eat. I'll maybe be back on tonight. If not, definitely tomorrow morning.